rise one day at a time. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. They're here to get your day going fine. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio.
And here's your host, Miss Kim Robinson.
A blessing to see another day from all the hard work I've done on yesterday. By my Lord, I was trying to raise a family and making sure there was food to eat. Their back. It was hard, but I kept on praying. Yes, God truly is faithful. I made it through, so I encourage you to hold on. Oh, yeah, Lord. When it's hard for me, gotta keep holding on. Help me to believe. Gotta keep holding on. I got the victory. Gotta keep holding on. I was working all the late nights. Oh Lord, I was so tired. Kept on praying. Yes, God truly is faithful. I made it through, so I encourage you to hold on. Don't give up. Hold on to His hand. Gotta keep holding on, even though it may not seem. Gotta keep holding on. God's still keeping me. Gotta keep holding on. I need to believe. Gotta keep holding on. Then I heard a voice say, my child is patient, and I will wipe your weeping out. You just keep on holding on. Keep on holding on. In the room, gotta keep holding on. He'll work it out for you. Gotta keep holding on. Gotta let Him move. Gotta keep holding on. Come on, Jesus, come on. Holding on. In the good times, praise Him. Keep on holding on. In the bad times, praise Him. Through the fire and the flood, covered by Your blood. Gotta keep on praising, keep on thanking, yeah, keep on holding on.
happy Saturday, happy Saturday, happy Saturday. Thank you. Thank you guys for spending a little bit of time with me on this Saturday. I hope you guys are being safe, and if you're in an area that is on a no work order or quarantine or whatever is called in your area, that they're expecting that you go outside only for items that are essential, and that will be grocery shopping, get some gas, pharmacy, or a doctor's office. Stay in the house. Cover your mouth when you cough and sneeze, making sure you're washing your hands, the basic things to protect you from these germs. Also, just stay in the house. Enjoy your family. This is your time to pause. So today, this week, Tuesday was my last day at work. I am on what we are calling a stay-at-home order here in the city of Houston. I don't know what they're doing statewide, but the city of Houston is having a stay-at-home order, which means to us, as a non-essential employee, I do not go to work. They are expecting our tentative return to work is April 6th. So officially, unofficially, I'm on vacation. So what I have been doing all week since Tuesday night is I have been sharing a pandemic of positivity. And with the pandemic of positivity, I've been sharing positive words and positive life because you know what? Fear is just as contagious as the virus. So what I'm going to be doing is bringing my good friend, Nurse Deidre, on so we can talk about the the COVID-19. Deidre, are you there?
I'm here. Hi, Tracy.
So how is it going in Chicago? Uh-oh, did we lose our call?
It's not worth wasting time on things you can't change. Love came. I've been through this so many times.
Hello?
All right. My call dropped while I lost my connection while I was talking. So I wanted to introduce my good friend, Nurse Deidre. I've been knowing Deidre since we were young women, and Nurse Deidre has given me the honor of coming on talking about COVID-19. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day, because I know it's probably really, really busy for you guys as essential workers in the health field.
It's very busy, and no problem, anytime, anything for you. But it has been really busy, really overwhelming, stressful to say the least. But it's okay. I mean, you do what you got to do. As nurses, this is what we're built for. So we just roll up our sleeves and get to going.
That is so good. Are you safe? In your area, my hometown, are they under quarantine, or is there some type of stay-at-home order in place?
Well, we are a little of both, actually. Certain areas, the COVID-19 is occurring a little bit more than others, but we do have a stay-at-home order. We do. We have a curfew where they can go out, like you said earlier, can go out and do what they need to do, but they got to get home. Me, as a nurse, I get a little bit more leeway in terms of our curfew is pretty much 5 o'clock. I can go out any time, all day, every day, but I have to be sure to have my papers with me. So basically, it's this paper saying that I'm an essential worker. I work for this company and everything, and we just show that. So I just basically keep it in my car. I also keep a copy of my nursing license in my car, not just my wallet-size license, but also my actual license, in addition to my driver's license, my registration, my insurance. So I'm just driving around with a whole notebook full of stuff. But it's pretty serious, and people are not taking it serious. I guess, they figure, oh, well, it hasn't happened to me. And the thing about that is with this thing, it could be happening to you and you don't know. You have people that are asymptomatic, which are the most dangerous ones out here. And those people are like, oh, well, I'm fine. I'm not going to die from anything, and if it kills me, then that's what it is. That's okay to have that mindset if that's what you want to do, but you think about other people that are out here. Personally, I know of at least 9 people that have had it, and I know of 3 people that have actually died from it, and that's only the 3 because I heard about it on Facebook, because we couldn't get into, we couldn't reach these people or whatever. But who's to say that before this is all done, it's doing some damage. It really is.
So can you explain what COVID-19 is?
Okay, so COVID-19, let's start off with COVID. Basically is a coronavirus. This coronavirus is nothing new. Coronavirus is a lot of different viruses that have taken place and everything, flu and all that type of stuff. Those are actually, it's a group called the coronavirus. However, this one, which is 19, which they say basically came out in 2019, is not, it's something totally different. This strain is totally different. It is mutated. They don't know where it's coming from. They don't know. They really don't know. So the number 19 behind it represents the strand. Well, it just pretty much speaks of the strand that we're speaking of that's doing all of this damage. But the number 19 actually stands for the fact that it came out in 2019, which honestly, I don't think that's true, because I think it was out before that. Being a healthcare worker, working in nursing for years, I've seen people that have been sick. They've had viruses and viral illnesses, which are, marked by fever and just not feeling well, weakness, and not able to eat, and just all over just feeling bad. Some people, it took them out. But people say, well, how do they know it wasn't a coronavirus? They didn't know. How come they didn't know? Because they didn't have anything to test and see if it was actually a coronavirus of sorts or this strand right here. So that's the thing. Corona is actually a group of different types of viruses. And this strand right here is the one that's doing most of the damage, which this one is really, it's kind of a combo, because when we test for this, if we look at our tests and everything, it says SARS. I don't know if you remember SARS in China. SARS was basically the bird flu. So now this is something like the bird flu on steroids, and it's moving really fast, and it's taking people out.
Oh, wow. So my thought on it was, it's probably another form of pneumonia, but not so.
Well, no. Well, pneumonia is a respiratory illness. There are different types of pneumonia. There's a viral pneumonia. There's an aspiration pneumonia. There's those types right there. But it could actually include pneumonia, but not necessarily exclusive to pneumonia. I've talked to a couple of people that I know personally, and I asked them, what was it like? And I don't know about anybody else who's ever had the flu. I had the flu back in 2017, and I thought I was going to die. It's kind of hard to just narrow it down to one thing, because the signs and symptoms could be where it mimics or it takes on some of the characteristics of pneumonia, or it could be that it takes on some of the characteristics of just the flu. But it's all over the place, and that's why we don't know what it is, because it's just a combo of everything. That's why it's so hard to contain. That's why everything is just like, oh, my God, we don't know what's going on. So we just need you all to cover your bases. I mean, they're learning daily, but it's still a big question mark behind it.
So the regular washing your hands and covering your mouth, the things that we learned to do as small children and were reminded going into kindergarten and first grade, are the things that we should have kept up as adults, which unfortunately I did not in my workplace see a lot of people in the workplace even washing their hands coming out of the bathroom. That's not only is that nasty, but those are germs. And now people are washing their hands extra. I've seen people, when I was at work, I was seeing people wash their hands that I had never seen wash their hands before. I was like, oh, okay, you do know how to wash your hands, but now at this point, now you're scared.
Well, yeah, those habits that we learn as kids about being clean and everything and washing your hands, because they were on to something. We touch everything with our hands, everything. So if we touch a doorknob, how many people touch a doorknob? How many different infections, bacteria, whatever, germs or whatever are on a doorknob? Hundreds, thousands of them. So washing your hands, yes. When washing your hands, that's very important, because one of the things that they teach us in nursing school is wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands, because we touch everything. And there are patients that have gotten infections that they later found out was from poor hand washing habits. Not necessarily that they didn't wash their hands, maybe they underwashed, or maybe they didn't they didn't wash completely and thoroughly, and yeah. So hand washing is very important. That's one of the bigger, one of the major things to do is wash your hands, because you think about it, you wash your hands, we touch our face. Everything we touch, we got on our hands. So if we look at our hands, but we can't see it, but if we could look at our hands and see there are 500 or 600 different germs, then we put it on our face. Our face is a direct way into the body when you think in terms of going through the mouth, going through the nose, going through the eyes, and then heaven forbid, sometimes like people with really dry hands, they have like little cracks in their hands, so therefore there are little cracks in their hands, and that's another way into the body. So, the hands are really germy, really, really germy. So hand washing is very important. And when I say people that underwash, when you wash your hands, you don't just go put the soap on there, rub it in, and keep going. You want to go in and you want to do a 20-second hand wash. 25, 30 seconds if you want to. Now, if you don't have 20 seconds to spare to save your life and other people, shame on you. But you wash your hands, you have the water, the hands should be pointing downward. You want to wash your hands, you want to rub it in real good, you want to get all between the fingers, you want to take your nails, and you want to scrub the centers of your hands and the back of your hands. Now, when you do that, you also want to make sure that hopefully you use an antimicrobial soap, an antibacterial soap, is best, but if you don't have that, just washing it with running water is good enough to get some of it off, and then when you rinse your hands, you want to rinse your hands pointing downward so that everything that's on your hands can actually rinse down the drain. You don't want to rinse sideways when it's going up your sleeve, because what happens is everything you just thought you washed off, when it runs up your sleeve and up your arm, you're just putting it back on. So just thought I'd throw that out there.
So are there people that may be more susceptible to, because my belief is that we all can get it, but how our health is what can kind of determine how badly we are affected. If you have predetermined, health concerns, maybe emphysema, OCTD, I think it's called, asthma, COPD. Well, yeah, I'm not a nurse.
Oh, that's right. Girl, I love you. I got you.
Maybe diabetes, sickle cell, hypertension, HIV. Are any of these because you have some of these already predetermined health conditions? Do these make you more susceptible to getting it because you already compromised? You already have a compromised health condition.
Absolutely. You're totally compromised. You are totally compromised. Your healing time, your body is already using all it has or trying to use all it has to fight off infections or deal with whatever else is going on with you. And then you want to introduce COVID virus, any virus, coronas, any of them. And they really hit them hard where there's somebody like you and I, and I'm not perfectly healthy, but, we are in better health. We have a better diet. We do a little bit better. We're able to fight off germs or whatever. And it hit us, and it takes us for a loop. But for these people, it lays them out, if not kills them. It's really dangerous. And, in addition to those health issues that you named, lupus is another one. Elderly people. Even if they would say, oh, well, they're perfectly healthy, they're still compromised. They're older. Their body is slower. Their body does not respond. It does not heal as quickly as it should. It definitely is. It's really bad for them. So, when we know people that have it and not feeling, they're older and they got those issues, we really need to be careful and really watch them. And, just keep a watchful eye and just check on them and make sure. Because they are really on the front lines. This is, to me, I hate to say it, but they would be considered sitting ducks to me, which is scary. So, yeah.
Wow. So if you were the one that was making decision based on your knowledge of this virus, what would you make the decision to do? Because it's obvious the powers that be don't seem to be taking this serious enough, whereas other countries, they have shut the country down. China shut down. Italy shut down. Canada has closed its borders. So what do you believe that the United States should do?
That's kind of hard to say. I really do think that they should allow testing for everybody. They should, but they don't. They really don't. I've seen it where, we'll have people call and say, "Oh my gosh, I have a coworker. My coworker was tested positive for COVID-19. I was around them, and the first thing they say is, "Do you have a fever?" "No, I don't have a fever." "Do you have this? Do you have that?" "No." "Okay, so here we go. I want you to quarantine yourself for 14 days." Now, when they quarantine themselves for the 14 days, what they're actually doing is they're separating them because, like I said, it is a chance that you'll get it because it's so contagious, because it spreads. It's really fast. It moves really fast. And if they don't develop symptoms after the 14 days, they can call back and they will take them off of quarantine. Now, if they do develop symptoms during that time, then they don't necessarily want to send them into the hospital because everybody in the hospital is already sick or compromised. Their immune system is compromised. But if they weren't exposed now, they will be. So it's really sad. And the thing is now they're so, because they can't seem to make enough testing supplies for them, that they're really tight about it. Well, we'll test you if you have symptoms. We'll test you if you have symptoms and you test negative for strep. We'll test you if you have symptoms, you're negative for strep and you're negative for flu A and flu B. Then we'll go and take it from there. And so these people are basically waiting instead of just, here, you need this test. And I don't think that's fair because people that have been exposed, not everybody has symptoms right away. So then if I'm around all these people and I don't have symptoms and I go around more people and they develop symptoms, I'm carrying this. And not everybody will have symptoms. not all the time, or they might not have, their symptoms might not be as severe. So then people are carrying, and I do believe that. It's scary. You can't look at a person now and tell. And you can't look at a person now and not tell. I personally would allow for everyone to get tested, honestly. I would start with, I can't even say who I would start with, but I would definitely make it available for babies. You know, their immune systems haven't even really, they're developing. They haven't developed. I would make it available for babies and expectant mothers and healthcare workers and essential workers and people out here who are serving the public. And I would just make it available for everybody. And I mean, the way I named them, not necessarily in that order, but I mean, I just think everybody needs to be tested. And if I test you and you're negative, no harm, no foul. But unfortunately, even with this whole corona thing, it's still money because those tests are averaging about $400 to $500 each, and they are not willing to give these tests away. And that's a shame. Can you really put a price on human life? I don't think so.
Well, I didn't realize that they cost so much, but excuse me.
They are very costly.
My allergies have been acting up. The pollen here is like horrible.
And you know what? I wanted to touch on that when you cough. It just made me think about something. People think that when you cough, it is corona. Not necessarily just corona, because you got to understand this is the season. This is what we nurses call respiratory season, where people who are at their asthma may be acting up. People who have bronchitis. Flu A is still very much out there. Flu B is still very much out there. You have seasonal allergies. So you got all of these. But, I mean, there's no way to know what's what. But you got all of these floating around at one time. It's scary. It really is. It really is scary. I just pray that they find a cure soon. But only thing they can do is it's a waiting game right now because this is so new. Immunizations were developed basically over the waiting game because they had to have people, they had to have the specimen, they had to let it grow, they had to sit up there and do trial and error with different types of medications and everything. And people are saying that the cure for it is medication that treats malaria, called Paquanil, stuff like that. Those medications, they said they showed some success, but everybody can't get it, and that's the thing. It's just really scary. It really is. I mean, we as nurses and healthcare workers and everything, it's scary to us. Don't think that it doesn't scare us, but we're I don't know about everybody else, but I'm dedicated to people because I do believe that this is what God has called me to do. And I cannot let fear rule me, because if I let fear rule me, I would be at home not doing anything for anybody, and that's not how I want to live. That's not the life that I told God I wanted to live, and that's not the life that God wants me to live. He wants me to help His people, my people. So that's why I'm out there on the front lines with it. But it's scary. It's scary, to say the least.
Oh, boy. Now, very recently, when this first started, a couple of weeks ago, maybe a little bit more than a month ago, towards the end of February. First of all, because there is a lot of unknown information, there were rumors that certain people, young people, were not getting it. Children were not getting it. African Americans or people with melanated skin were not getting it.
Yes.
So let's debunk that myth, true or not true.
Okay. Let me tell you, I have heard as much as people saying if you boil orange peels, or if you drink Boone's Farm. It is hilarious to me. That is all a myth. That is all it meant, because no matter what we look like on the outside, the immune system is our weakened immune system. Our strong immune system is our strong immune system. So it doesn't matter. It does not have an age. It does not have a color. It does not have a race. It has no face. It is just, it's not, it's wherever the opportunity presents itself is where it's going to go. That's it. And, you know, it just tickles me because somebody told me Jamaicans don't get it because they boil orange peels. I'm like, what? And then somebody else told me it came from gay people. I'm like, oh okay, all right. I go to gay pride. I didn't have. It's funny, but that is a complete rumor. We don't. All we know, and everything I'm telling you all and sharing with you is I'm getting, and I do a little research, and I'm just trying to stay on top of it every time there's something new that comes out. And with my jobs, both of them, we are in services daily. We have to get at work. We have to get to work an hour early because we have an in service. And then on our lunch break, they're buying us lunch because they're making us stay there, and we got to do these in services. But it really. It's the only ones you should really concern yourselves with more than anyone. Just focus on your older people with illnesses, predisposing factors, and babies. Be mindful of the babies, But it don't care if you're black. If you're black with curly hair, and you're gay. If you boil orange peels, if you eat orange peels, it doesn't care. If you drink Boone Farm, and I know if that's the case. When I was a teenager, I should never have anything, but that's not the case. I mean, hell, if that's the case, then let me go buy a case of Boone Farm and drink it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But unfortunately, that's not true. That's not true. That's just somebody that wants, I don't know. Some people just like to stir the pot. Some people are, they like to cause fear with other people, and people really want to know, and they really want to find out. I would always recommend to go to more credible sites, like sites that like edu.edu or .org. Please stay off of WebMD. Stop it. Stay off of Google. Google will have you can be a mechanic and do brain surgery. What's it say?
Stop diagnosing yourself.
Please, oh my God. I had a lady call me one day and said she sneezed 3 times and she got corona. I said, What are you doing when you were sneezing? She said, well, I was in the grocery store sniffing pepper. Oh, so the pepper ain't got nothing to do with you sneezing, but the coronavirus does. Okay. All right. No. But it does not have a gender. It does not have a preference. It does not have a preference over race and sexuality and what you cook and how you boil orange peels. Now, I mean, as far as I know, I haven't seen that because I've seen black people that have gotten it. I know a lot of people that had Boone Farm that got it from that had Boone Farm didn't. I know gay people that don't have it. I know gay people that do. So it's just hard to say. It's just kind of hard to say, but hey.
So the reason why I said that is because there are secret messages going around in these inboxes. The secret messages saying don't take, if you have, don't take Advil. Any ibuprofen medication will feed the virus. Don't do that. There are secret messages in your inbox. Those, to me, are spam, and those are what cause people to be fearful, unnecessary fear.
Right.
And you need to get the right resources.
Well, there is some truth to ibuprofen versus Tylenol or acetaminophen. Motrin is ibuprofen, okay, and Tylenol is acetaminophen. And there's some truth to that in terms of because of the way they work, that is where the issue comes in. And let me explain it to you. Acetaminophen or Tylenol is considered an analgesic, okay? With an analgesic, when you take it, there are chemical properties that are released to the pain receptors in the brain. And it tells the pain receptors in the brain there is no pain. Don't worry, there's no pain. I don't have any pain. So therefore, the pain receptors in the brain are blocked, okay? Versus Motrin or ibuprofen. Ibuprofen says that when you take ibuprofen, what happens is the chemical receptors go to the area of inflammation. So if you have a pain in your leg, say you have a painful knee, when you take ibuprofen, it will go to where the pain, the chemicals will go to where the pain is in the knee and work on the muscles to relieve the inflammation. Okay, so that's the difference. Where ibuprofen is an analgesic, it works on the brain. Naproxen, ibuprofen, Aleve, whatever, those are anti-inflammatories, and they work on the actual site. Now, when you're taking Motrin, because it is an anti-inflammatory and you do have inflammation of the lungs, you are actually stopping the lungs from, when there's inflammation, your body is, the site, your body is saying there's something wrong right here. Okay? So when you're taking Motrin, from what I understand, when you're taking Motrin, stopping the inflammation process, which stops you from, your body from responding and going to attack the infection where it's at. So it kind of inhibits the healing process to an extent because the inflammation isn't allowed. Again, this is stuff that I'm getting from the in-services and the research that I do. But COVID-19 is still fairly new. So it's really hard. Everything is still up in the air. So it might be true to boiling orange peels and all of that. Or it might be true. It might be exact truth to Motrin. They might find out later that you should take Motrin versus taking Tylenol. You know, you should take anti-inflammatory versus an analgesic. So it's all over the place. I just say, with everything you all hear, if you see it, don't just allow someone to send you a message and take that as law. Research it. Just get online and look it up. And because this is new and it's developing every day, they're constantly doing bulletins about this all day, every day. And they are definitely trying to give you information. And then there are people also behind the scenes that are really, really working hard. They want to try to help people too. So I'm sure they're doing their research as well. So, I mean, I would just say definitely research it yourself. Verify it. Go online. It takes you a couple of seconds. That time it takes you to read that message that tells you boil orange peels and don't drink Boone Farm, whatever it's saying, or don't take Motrin versus Tylenol. Check it out. I would definitely say just check it out and verify it for yourself. And once you verify it, then you share the knowledge. And when you share the knowledge and you pass it on to other people, like other people are doing as well, some people should research it themselves. So maybe send a link that shows a more credible link versus one of these false links and stuff like that. That's just my suggestion.
Thank you. A very great suggestion, because if I get one more inbox, one more secret message, because if it's supposed to be information to help us all, why are you sharing it privately in the inbox? Are you saying you want me to live and you don't want other people to live? I mean, that's my thought on it.
Well, some people feel like scare tactic is a good tactic to make you snap in shape. Get right or get left. And sometimes scare tactics don't work. Sometimes scare tactics do the opposite. They, where some people, get the scare tactics like, oh, no, I'm going to do right. And then some people, when you do scare tactics, they're like, yeah, no, I'm scared. I'm not doing nothing. I just think that's why I say, do the research. I mean, this whole thing is scary and it's overwhelming and it's a lot coming at you at once. And I understand that, but I do think that it's very important to do your own research. Go to the CDC websites. They have pages and pages. You can read for hours. They have like videos. It's just a lot of stuff out there, and they're sharing with us as they're learning. Again, they're still learning, but at least you're sharing the knowledge and not keeping it to yourself like, oh, there's nothing.
That is perfect. So we know that there are people that are, although we all could get it, there are people that it is more likely to affect in a very severe or adverse way. We know that we should not be just receiving all the information and accepting what people tell us as the law. What is with this toilet paper thing? Have you figured that out yet? I'm just kind of curious.
You said what now? Repeat that?
What's with the toilet paper? What is with that?
Oh, you know what? One of the signs and symptoms that has been developed was people having diarrhea. So, I'm sorry, baby. Thank you, baby. People getting diarrhea. I don't know, but I tell you, you'll be sick as a dog, but at least your butt will be clean. Oh, but you know what? I know, I'm just joking. I had to laugh a little bit. But I know, because it is developing, people have been saying, like, I'm starting having bouts of diarrhea, and, and it's, so I'm guessing, and this is just a guess. I don't know how educated it is, but I'm guessing that might be it. Might be part of it. Just like bleach. Bleach is gone. And not saying that bleach doesn't kill germs, but there are also other things that you could use that I use. Like I use vinegar. I personally use an apple cider vinegar. And why do I use apple cider vinegar? Because in my spare time I make pickles. And now I don't want no pickles. I just want to clean house, so I clean my house with apple cider vinegar. But I do have bleach, But then I've heard people say, well, if you mix the bleach and the vinegar together, then it'll work. Actually, it does not. Mixing bleach and vinegar together will help to neutralize the bleach, so the bleach doesn't work as well. It doesn't. And people, if you run out of hand sanitizer, you can get cheap vodka and use that. There are DIYs, DIYs, do it yourself. There are things on there to show you how you can make your own hand sanitizer, too. So, I do believe it's going to get worse before it gets better. And things are really going to become scarce.
Those airline tickets that I've already bought that I probably shouldn't have bought them so quickly.
No, I'm not saying that because I plan on joining you, honey. But I do believe it's going to get worse before it gets better, and that's only because they still don't know, so they don't know how to contain it, and it's just moving really fast, But definitely look online, and even with the CDC, I believe someone told me this. I haven't seen it, but someone told me CDC website has DIYs for making like face masks that you can use, hand sanitizers, and different things. They have a lot going on with that. And I want to tell you that with the virus, I think it's going to get worse before it gets better because people are not respecting the space, the 6 feet apart. And there's a reason for that because this is droplet, aerosol, airborne type of thing. So when a person coughs and they bring those small particles that are pretty much weightless from the person's mouth to when the particles begin to fall, it's pretty much maybe like 4 feet, but you want to give yourself an extra 2-foot cushion. So that's why they respect that space, Now, here's the thing. The virus can actually survive in the air for 3 hours. So is 6 feet really enough or not? I don't know. I just personally choose to stay at home for everything in line. But that's just my personal thing. But I think 6 feet, it's so many arguments about the 6 feet is far enough, 6 feet is not far enough, but it's better than being right up on it. It's something like that. But once the virus actually leaves the person and lands on a surface, it could last, they see it lasting up to a day and a half. So people, I tell you all, wipe those carts down. Wipe them down. Wipe the carts down, wipe stuff that you touch down, especially the hardest surfaces, the metal surfaces, because it's sticking there. The plastic surfaces, definitely wipe them down. And when you wipe them down, don't be in such a rush to push it while it's wet, because you want to let it dry. Because see, while it's wet, I'm not saying that it's not working. But what I am saying is while it's wet, it's still killing the bacteria or whatever. It's still, the bacteria is still there. But once it dries off, you would have killed more. Once it has dried, than you would if you were just sitting there and it's wet. So it's still active, but it's dying off. But once it's dry, it's gone. It's dead. Now, you will never get it 100%. You will never. But if you can knock it down 80%, that's still better than none, And I also tell people you can clean and sanitize these hard surfaces. You cannot disinfect the skin. Our skin is porous, meaning it has holes in it. It has pores, and we can soak up certain things. So, no, we can clean it, and get rid of most of the germs or whatever, but you can never really completely do the body. You just kind of cut down on the germs and bacteria that's on the skin, the microbes.
So, what would you say would be the 3 takeaways that you would want all of the listeners, whether they're listening live or going to listen on the recorded version? What would be the 3 main takeaways?
Okay, if I have to narrow it down to 3.
Well, you got more? Do you have more than 3?
I think I might have, honey. I talk all day, so yeah, I might. But let me start off.
Let's go with what you have.
Hand washing. Hand washing is a big one. That's the first thing. When you're cleaning your house, sanitize. Wipe those surfaces down. Mop, sweep, clean. Make sure you clean up. It doesn't have to be sterile, but sterilizing, and not sterilized, but sanitize the house. When you're out and about, maintain that distance between people. I don't care if people get offended. If somebody is getting too close to you, you don't have to tell them to step away. You step away. You step away. When you're coughing, don't cough in your hand, because then you cough in your hand. There's the money, whatever you're doing. Cough in your arm away from people. Cough in your shirt and give it a couple of seconds before you pull your head up. When you're out and about, wipe those counters down, wipe those knobs down. Also, clean your cars. And I'm not saying like clean your cars because your cars are dirty. I'm saying clean your cars because you're in and out all day. You bring your stuff in and out. Wipe those dashboards down. Keep a little hand sanitizer. It's okay. I don't care if you keep little bottles of rubbing alcohol, a little bottle of Jack Daniels. Okay, I'm just gonna smell like Jack Daniels if I ain't got no hand sanitizer. But I bet you I won't be drunk, but I'll kill whatever's on me the best I can. You know what? Proper diet. Eat. Proper diet. Get the rest. Poor diet, will cause your immune system to go down. Not resting does compromise the immune system. And be mindful of a crowd of people. Right now, they're saying like 1 in every 5 people have been exposed and may actually have it, whether it's those symptoms or not. And if you're in a room with 5 people, somebody in there more likely has it. So keep those faces down. Keep those crowds down. I understand it is most frustrating because I like to go outside too, but be mindful and be respectful and understand that although you can't see it, it's still very real. Although it's warm outside, it's still there. It's still there. And it's not playing. And stop telling people that if you're black, you ain't going to get it. If you're Jamaican, you ain't going to get it. If you're gay, you got it. It doesn't mean that. Some people just want to be bad, and that's okay. But it's really not okay, but that's what they want to do. I just say that. And be responsible. If you're not feeling well, be honest and just check yourself. Also, there's something that I suggest is that we do at my job with the workers. We take the temp of everybody coming in there. Anything over 99, now we're looking at you sideways. And we're not treating you like you got the plague, but you might have the plague. But I'm just joking. We take everybody's temp. And it's okay to take your temp daily. It's okay. You don't necessarily have to put the thermometer in your mouth. You can put it under your arm, skin to skin. But definitely take your temp. Take the temp and keep your hands clean and cover your mouth and wear those masks if you got them. If you don't have them, make a mask. Now, those masks are not 100%. However, it does cut down on us touching our faces after touching everything around us. That's my take on it.
Oh, thank you so much, Deidre, for taking care of the people in the Chicagoland area and the nursing homes and the clinic and doing the wound care. Thank you so much for taking care of those people who need care taken for them. Sometimes you are the only touch that they have. You are the only voice that they hear from. Thank you so much for those people who go out and put their lives in danger, because your life is in danger every day, taking care of others. We so appreciate. And thank you for being my friend and coming on and sharing this information.
Well, thank you for all of that. And I love you, girl. And I got to get to Houston to see you on Saturday.
Yeah, we're doing something for my 50th. We're trying to figure that out.
And just everybody, just please be safe, be careful. If you all are sick, be well, and just know that there are people out here who don't even know you, praying for you and praying that everything comes to an end soon in a positive way. So, let's do what we got to do to cut down on this until they figure out what's really going on. And thank you, Tracy, for asking me to do this. I'm so honored, and I pray that everybody's okay.
All right, so I'm going to end. If you are not following me on social media, do follow me on social media today, ASAP. I got some information about a business owner stimulus program. I'll be sharing that information within the next hour or so. There's a seminar tomorrow for business owners. So I'm going to end like I always do. Follow me on social media. You can follow me at Trenace. I think it's Trenace K. Carter. Let me look. I don't even remember my own social media stuff.
All right. Well, you be well, and I'll be praying for you, and I will talk to you later. Everyone,
all right,
be well. If you have any questions, you can always inbox me, and I will do my best to get some answers for you.
All right. Have a good day, Dee.
Okay.
Talk to you later. Love you.
Too, love you more.
All right.
Bye.
All right. So you can follow. You can find me on Facebook.
And I won't turn my back on you, 'cause I'm Giving your loving kindness. All I need is a heart like yours. So give me a heart that lives for you, a heart to do your will, a heart that's humble and patient and not self-willed. Give me a sacrificial heart. Give me a weeping heart for others. Give me a earnest prayer for my enemies. I'm asking you to give me a heart that will trust the process, walk by faith, know that you're there, look through the hill, persevering, always trusting. That's the kind of heart that I long for. I will look for mercy, expect you to bless me. Please give me, oh, give me a heart, God. Give me your heart, yes. I want a heart like yours. Give me a heart that's tender like grass. Give me a heart where your love surpasses. Give me a heart that's soft as a whisper, able to stand in the toughest winter.